Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Happy to have you here after a long weekend. Hoping everyone is doing well and had yourself a nice, safe weekend. I know mine was hot as hell, dude. It's sweltering over here. But we'll get in chatting with you guys and seeing what you have been doing in the past few days. But today, as you see in our headline there, we're going to be talking to Ryan Haack again. It's been a while. He's come back with a second part of his book, and we'll get to that in a moment. But we do appreciate you guys. Do keep in mind that we are live streamers, so it helps us most if you guys go hit that share button and let your family and friends and extended community know what's going on, so they can come over here and be part of what we're doing. We also like those likes and subscriptions as well, so you guys can do that, please. But yeah, let's come and say hello to the crew, and then we'll go over and talk to Ryan. So first and foremost, we have Todd, the creator of co-creator, I guess, of Florida Man. Great looking book, very successful. How you doing, Todd?
Doing really good. Thanks for letting me come back and have some fun with you guys.
Oh, always, dude. Always, you're always welcome. You know that. And it is nice to see that the book is done well. And of course, it's a great looking book. If you guys haven't seen Florida Man, definitely go check that out. That's beautiful art and a great story by Mike Marin. And it's getting a lot of really, really healthy buzz. Of course, we're also joined by the man that really needs no introduction, but I'll give him one anyway. In these hot summer days, as the heat lightning strokes across the heavens in rhythmic beats, cracking and crackling, falling from the sky at velocities that would tear the flesh from bone, the ultimate abdomen of steel says, "I shall not be ripped, for I am Thundero." How you doing, dude?
Abdomen of steel.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, there was a time. Not anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, me too, dude. I used to be in killer shape, man, but now I got myself a one pack now. Well,
yeah,
no, maybe
I call
maybe
it my
four.
I call it my protective coating. I'm keeping my six pack nice and safe in there.
That's right. That's right. That's what you do. But it is sad though, because I used to be in incredible shape. But yeah, it's the wife's fault. It's women. You blame women.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
yeah,
Just
definitely.
blame the women. All right.
They cook good food.
Uh-huh.
They're beautiful.
Uh-huh.
You just give up on it. You're just like, I can't compete with that, so I'm just gonna be fat and eat this good food you're cooking.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's but nevertheless, it's okay. Our guest Ryan has no clue about any of that. So, because look at him, he's still in healthy shape. A good man
Yeah.
here. But how you doing, Ryan? It's been a while.
I'm great. I'm excellent, actually.
No, that's good to hear.
Thanks
man.
for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Now, let me come over here and do a couple little things so we can see what I'm going to do. Let me see where I want to do that first. Oh, yeah, that's right, it's down here on this one. So let me just share this real quick. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over and take a look at your project. But before we do that, give us a little bit of a recap. Now, you were on here a while back, and we talked about your first one, BRIC-A-BRAC, which is a very cute but action-packed kind of Christmas tale. It was very interesting. I remember it very clearly. Tell us about how that went.
Yeah, so we succeeded last October, it was, with this book, BRIC-A-BRAC #1, and it's a 25-pager. It's basically the story of a war on planet Christmas. There is these nutcrackers that are after resources on this planet Christmas that exists far, far away. And basically, they attack different providences. And our one hero, Garrett, has his home attacked, ransacked, his friends kidnapped, his mother figure taken away. And basically what happens is that he believes that the only way to stop the nutcrackers is to find Father Christmas. And so with Father Christmas's power, he will somehow make everything right. And so the story of BRIC-A-BRAC is basically all about finding Father Christmas, effectively, our main character finding Father Christmas, and really also meet all the conflicts and characters he meets along the way. That's either stop him from achieving that goal, help him achieve that goal. There's especially with issue 2, we're getting into more complicated subject matter in terms of the characters are we're meeting new characters such as Jack Frost, and all these other people who kind of get in the way of this goal, and also there's new conflicts. So that's kind of the story so far.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, that's good to hear. And of course, the first campaign was successful, coming back with the second one here. So let me go
Yes.
over and jump on the page so everybody can see. Now, you guys can see what I'm showing. If you just click on my box that I put up there, you can see, you can follow along. But I'm just going to show the page here for a while. But all right. So you have 179, almost 180,000 yen. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not. It would be better for dollars. That's for sure.
Yeah, it would be that. It would be better if it were dollars. Yeah.
It would be. But you got yourself a real big goal here. It is fixed, dude.
Yeah, it is fixed. My philosophy is I never go halfway. So if I commit to doing something, I want to ask for as much as I need to make it happen and make it happen the best way possible. I don't understand, with this last book, I had to make some compromises. Firstly, and probably most notably, it ended kind of awkwardly. It wasn't supposed to end just here. There were supposed to be like 5 more pages. But, things happened, and I didn't ask for as much as I needed. And so it's important to do that, because you could end up having people who are not satisfied, people who, people notice that kind of stuff. And I'm glad that not a lot of people maybe noticed it with this, but with this next book, I really want to make sure that I am giving my all. And again, I don't go halfway. I want to make sure the art is amazing, that the writing is absolutely better in every way. And so again, and that also goes into the finances too. I want it to be the same paper quality, more pages. I want, all that kind of stuff. And also we're reprinting with the variant cover of this issue. So there's a lot of things we're trying to do to shake things up. And unfortunately, it costs money to do that. So.
Yeah. Well, and of course, to keep in mind, a lot of people do that. They undercut themselves. They don't really budget properly. And now with you got your thing, your book came out. Was it on time?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah,
it was on time, January. Yep.
Yeah, good.
But,
So, well, you delivered your book on time, and you got it out, even though, as you said, you had to make some compromises. But we've seen a lot of people undercut themselves because they didn't really budget properly, and the books just don't come out. It's a problem, right? Or they come out half-assed
it's
or something like that. Yeah, so good on you for doing your job there, dude. Yeah. Let me come down to the page here. We'll take a look at the tiers later. But I love that Christmassy theme there, or bric-a-brac, and it's an interesting choice. Now, of course, bric-a-brac is just all that collections of decorative crap your mom put around your house when you were a kid. Where did you come up with the idea to use bric-a-brac? Was it simply because of the Christmas theme, or how did that happen? I'm curious.
Yeah, it was a mixture of a couple things. So yeah, I like the term. I think it's kind of like it captures the essence that we're going for here. We're going for a childlike essence, with also, it like almost like it would be what a Disney movie would be named, or maybe like a DreamWorks movie. But along with that, I think the inspiration again, the inspiration came also from for Christmas. There's a song in that story, that movie, the musical, I guess you could call it, where Jack uses the term when he's trying to describe the junk, junk that he doesn't understand about Christmas, and eventually gives up and just tries to use Halloween stuff instead, because he doesn't quite understand the whole Christmas cheer and all of that stuff. And so it's kind of like a meta title too, because the idea is that Garrett is trying to find what Christmas means to him, and he goes into this new world. And he's trying. It's and some people perceive Christmas as just junk. Gifts are junk. All this stuff is junk. And I actively hear that. People don't always want to be told that I'm. So I've heard people tell me, "Oh, I don't pitch your book to me. I don't like Christmas. I think I don't like it at all." And I've met so many people who dislike Christmas. So to them, it is just junk. It's just nonsense. But using the title, I think it kind of is it's kind of a way of saying, well, our main character is trying to find new value in Christmas. I love the word. There's a lot of different meanings for it. There's not just one meaning. Yeah, it's not like Christmas Adventures.
No, I like it.
Which
I think you're right. It's definitely a title we could see for a Disney movie. Matter of fact, you might have a lawsuit on your hands in the future. Good luck with that. But no, bric-a-brac, of course, can ultimately will mean the noise and minutia of life, right? Bric-a-brac.
right,
Yeah, no,
exactly, yeah.
yeah. I just like it. I think it's cool, and I didn't even think of the Disney angle, but you're right. It's definitely something that we'd see with that. And this is
Yeah,
very much a family type of book. It's a Christmas adventure, and you're looking at getting yourself in time for Christmas, just like last time, right?
absolutely, yeah. So we're definitely trying to get ourselves prepared for Christmas. If we have to extend, and maybe, I mean, I'm not giving up. So I'm gonna keep going and keep going until we get next to Christmas. I mean, even if we're crowdfunding in December, the book's not going to come out by Christmas per se. But I hope that people would still be interested in backing the book. I want to get this out this year. I want to make it happen. So I'm not going to give up. I really believe in this one, and so yeah, we're just going to have to. Yeah, but the goal is delivered by Thanksgiving. Actually, if we succeed when we extend, so that's the goal right now.
Oh, cool. It's nice to see Jack Frost in there. Of course, interesting thing. We use a lot of words and terminology these days we think are original, but things like say fan fiction, they're not new. They've been around for a long time. Matter of fact, Frost was what's the term to these days, Thundero? Shipped. Is that the word the kids use? Jack Frost was shipped with
Yeah.
the Ice Queen's sister in the 19th century. Did you guys know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't.
Huh.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what ship means then.
It
I
means
thought I.
the put together in a relationship with someone. Correct? I thought that's
Oh,
what it
okay.
meant. Am I wrong, Thundero?
Yeah,
No, that's what
Oh,
it is.
Yeah, good. See, I know my young people speak there, Mr. Mulrooney. Yeah, but
I
yeah,
keep
no.
hearing this on Clownfish TV. They use that a lot.
I don't know what the kids. I mean, they want to ship in the weirdest. Ship. What am I saying? That they want to put people
They want
together
relationships. Yeah, I get
in
it.
weird ways,
Mhm.
though. They're always trying to make gay
Mhm.
relationships, and they're always trying to force stuff. And it's like, why, why, why,
Yeah.
why? I don't know. But whatever. That has nothing to do with this, unless we need to talk about some kind of steamy hot relationship between Garrett and Marie.
no. She's like 20 years older than he is, so
Oh
that would be kind of
God,
awkward.
what are you doing,
Yeah,
Thundero? Don't talk about such things. Cuties too over here. All right.
but I would say that their relationship as friends does get more complicated because they have different goals. I mean, a goal for a 10-year-old kid is a lot different than a goal for a 30-year-old woman who's also the leader of an organized militia. Like, they want to find Father Christmas for different reasons.
Oh my
And
God,
so
it is
Garrett thinks that Father
exactly
Christmas has.
cuties. Oh God. I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's Thundero's
Garrett
fault. Don't blame me. Blame him. Yeah.
but Garrett, believes that Father Christmas will just snap his fingers and everything will be okay. And he believes very much in the idea of the night before Christmas Santa, the guy who just is so friendly and gives you gifts. Whereas Marie and a lot of the adults in Planet Christmas know that Father Christmas is the best warrior on the entire planet, bar none. It's indisputable. But he's powered by Christmas spirit, which is the resource that the Nutcrackers are taking. So he's not as powerful as he once was, and so she's trying to find him for that reason, and she wants him to fight. And Garrett is against that. He doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't want there to be fights. He still believes that Father Christmas can just easily make everything go away, and so it's kind of that adult point of view versus that kid point of view, and they butt heads a lot. And so that's what really the second issue encompasses with their characters is that they're kind of at odds with each other on this journey they're going through. So
And of course, Marie is like a gingerbread lady or something like that.
yeah, she's a
Yeah,
gingerbread marshmallow
lady.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, lady.
Well,
Exactly.
interesting little point on that though. And kids, cover your ears, kids. Yeah. Do you know where we get Father Christmas or Santa Claus from? Do you know where it comes from?
No, I don't.
Well, it's Odin.
Yep.
So
Oh
Odin
wow.
was
Time.
considered to be one of the best warriors of his group for sure. Of course, he's also the All Father. But yeah, no, all the tropes and all the things we get out of from about Santa Claus are directly from Odin. One of the cutest ones for me is Odin has a horse. His horse's name's Sleipnir, and Sleipnir he has 8 legs. Right, and he can jump over any mountain. He doesn't fly, but he can jump over any mountain. Of course, now we have 8 tiny reindeer who can fly. So it's kind of interesting little touch with that. And also, what the kids
Oh
in
wow.
Scandinavia would do when it would come into Yule time, they would take their shoes, and in their shoes they would put little like carrots or oats or just little food stuff, and they would leave it out for Sleipnir to eat. And if Odin was pleased by the offer that the kid had left, they would like leave a little gold coin or some little treat or something for the kid. So once again, you can
Wow.
see Christmas analogies. Yeah. Anyway,
That's
but
actually really awesome.
yeah. Well, it also makes sense why he's
That's
such a
really
great
cool.
warrior, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that then. Maybe that
You should.
we could tie some stuff in with it. That
Oh.
sounds really cool, actually. So
If you need history, you've come to the right place.
No.
Dude, I
We
can
have an
give
hour.
you an
No.
entire history and etymology of everything that has to do with Christmas. I can do that. Anyway, continue.
I believe it. Yeah, so that's kind of just their little journey. Again, like I said, we meet a lot of characters. The Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future. Jack Frost actually is featured in the backup story in this. It's the first backup story we've had in this universe, in this series. It's drafted by the guy who does the covers, Tom Barton. And it's going to basically tell us the backup story of the war, how Jack Frost is involved, how everything went bad, and who is this outside villain from not of Planet Christmas. He's from a different planet that's manipulating everyone, basically. And so this will kind of culminate. In issue 1, we're basically dropped into the war. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Kind of just like in Star Wars, you don't really know who the good guys are, who the bad guys are, but you're dropped into the war. With this, we're going to get some backup knowledge on what happened. The Nutcrackers weren't always bad. They actually worked for Father Christmas for a time, actually for thousands of years, and something went bad. And so the world was peaceful, so what happened? And so we're going to figure that stuff out. Conflicts rise, new characters come into fruition, and it's just all around. I'm so excited for issue 2 because just like with all sequels, it is basically our second acts, I should say, because it is kind of a continuous story. The characters will be at their lowest at the end in terms of just not in the biggest conflict that they're going to be in the story. And I think that it's really going to show who they are as people. I think that it gives you a lot of opportunity to kind of show their strengths, their weaknesses, and I think people are going to be surprised. If issue 1 was the journey, issue 2 is the conflicts on that journey. So yeah, that's pretty much what you will be kind of finding in issue 2 if you decide to back the book, for sure.
Well, that's good. It sounds like you're following the Hero's Journey trilogy, so that's always
Yeah.
smart. We'll also want to say thank you in the chat to Walter. We got Flying Saucer in here. We got Nick. We got Willie Mammoth, Roger, Carl Irwin. Todd is in there. Hi, Todd. We have Dark Admiral March Hare. Always happy to have March Hare here. And we got Brian Hawkins who's saying, "Oh joy, it's history time with Chester." Snooze. God, where's the love, gentlemen? Where's the love? But I've particularly stopped right here. I want to ask you a question, and I'm going to let these guys interact as they'd like. But I do have a question here, Ryan. Now, I'm looking at this panel. You can see what I'm looking at. And it looks like they're around a table. Everyone's happy. And then we have kind of an empty table down the bottom. Is this in succession, or is this memory?
So this is you're talking about they're at Father Christmas's fortress, right? So they're sitting around the table. This is actually from the backup story that I was talking to you about, and you can see that there's like a chef Nutcracker. The Nutcrackers are reaching for the food. They're all friendly, they're happy, but something happens. We're kind of recalling the good times for a little bit in this story, in the backup story, and then we see subsequently what causes that to end. It obviously has to do with the resource
What
that the
what what
Nutcrackers
is
formed.
Augustus doing?
So he is the guy who's from the outside planet. So he crash lands on planet Christmas. Caesar Demetrius is his name.
Uh-huh.
He crash lands on planet Christmas, supposedly on accident, but really he planned to do it all along.
Ooh.
And so basically, his goal is to manipulate the Nutcrackers to work for him because he knows that the Christmas spirit underneath planet Christmas is very valuable to him. Because he has this machine called the Solstice Eater that he is going to use to take over the entire galaxy, basically. And so Solstice kind of going in with the idea of like, the winter is like the, with the solstice, the winter solstice and all that kind of idea, the metaphor of like the it's like the darkest time, but yet there's all these bright things that we celebrate during Christmas. It's kind of like this bright light and darkness. But anyway, that's kind of his whole plot. And so he's going to manipulate them to do work for him. And so they're like, well, yeah, I want to take over this planet because the main villain, this guy, has always had an inclination to kind of take over. I mean, he's always had like he's not
He's a
right in the
conqueror.
head.
He's a Caesar. Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And he feels that he has never had his comeuppance. And so you will find that when this alien creature gives him that opportunity, he takes it. And so you can't really blame him, but yet you can because he takes over and hurts a lot of people in the process. But it's a super interesting story. I hope people like it. It brings more depth to the Planet Christmas story because if it were just the Nutcrackers are bad and they've always been bad, I think people would be a little disappointed. There's not a lot of depth there. But if you see the real story and the real motivation behind their taking over of the planet, I think it will give more depth to even our villains and our kind of anti-heroes. So.
Yeah. Well, the more I look at it, the more colorful it is, and the more my mind keeps coming back to Disney. Have you ever tried to sell this to Disney? I mean, I could easily see this as a Christmas movie from Disney, Pixar.
No, I would love it to be. I would love it to be. Yeah, but I haven't. I mean, I would love to finish it first. I have tried to during this time, I did have a campaign where I wanted to. It was like a BRIC-A-BRAC complete. I think I did it in May, and it didn't pan out. But I was trying to after that, get it published and stuff like that. But I think people want a complete book, and then. But you're right. Maybe once I get it finished and maybe get it published through like a Scout Comics or Image, who knows? Then kind of go forward and be like, hey, I have this product, and then see what happens. Because I wouldn't want to direct it or anything like that. I think that I would love to see maybe it be in stop motion animation, or that would be amazing. Kind of like in an ode to
Rankin Bass,
Nightmare Before Christmas, or Rankin Bass. So.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah, so
just do like the Wachowskis and go transgender for 6 months, and you'd be good, be golden. Yeah.
Well, they weren't transgender. They weren't that before.
Oh,
the Matrix,
dude, have you ever seen the making of the Matrix? They most certainly were. Anyway.
Oh, then maybe I.
Yeah, no, those guys are weirdos, but that's it. They make good stuff, though. I like a good bit of their work, so I don't really care. I'm just making a joke. Okay. Thundero, Todd, you guys got anything here to say to Ryan as I kind of continue through the art?
Again, the art looks stellar like the last time.
Yeah.
Just hits that chord. As far as like the quality of the book, it's well colored. I don't know where, where'd you land with the first book? Like, what was your final number?
I think it was 5,500. 5,500.
Mm-hmm.
So about 500 more than our initial goal.
This looks great. I don't know. I remember, trying to push the first one and sharing and retweeting and doing all that stuff with it, but I'm not sure why you're not hitting the mark. This looks great.
Yeah,
it's not enough.
Yeah, I think that might be it, and I think I'm just gonna again relaunch, or not relaunch, but extend and go on as many shows as I can, because I do believe, because that's where I've gotten growth. You know what I mean? That's where I've gotten. It's not from the email list. I mean, I know that maybe if you go to cons and grow your email list to like 500 people, then you might get a huge impact. There's no doubt about that. But for me, there's no cons right now. I can't do that. So, it's just getting on shows consistently every night and just trying to push it. I believe that will make it happen. So
No, and keep in mind that email list needs to be 1,000 really to be successful.
right.
But no, you just need to get more eyes on it. I mean, the only complaint I have at all is the same one that Todd has. And because I think the book looks great, the concept is great, it's clever, it's cute, it's interesting, it's polished to the point that I can easily see Disney doing something with it, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
these are all great things. I'm going to check your trailer out here in a second too. But the problem is, Todd, go ahead and tell them what the problem is, because there is one problem, I think.
Well, okay, I brought it up before, and I really wasn't gonna wasn't gonna hit him with it, but might be price point.
Yeah.
30 pages, $12 plus shipping. I can't imagine your shipping's probably anywhere from $4 to $6 at that size. I think what we're and this is nothing against you, because I told you. You sell this book, you do all the things you need to do, you do them all right, you get out there and you engage with people, you make these little videos. Sometimes you're making little videos in your closet or you're outdoors or wherever, and you know what? You do that very, very well. And I'm completely behind you in that sense, that you're really great at this, you're made for this. In this book, there's nothing wrong with it. It's quality, it's look, it's style, it has it all. But I just think what people want is the bric-a-brac graphic novel.
Yep. I think that's
They
the
want
problem, dude.
60 plus. I think they want anywhere from 60 to 80 pages.
Yeah.
And then
Well, I will say that I gave the people that, though. See, like in May, I had a campaign where it was the complete graphic novel, which people asked for. I even did a poll on Twitter, and no one backed it. Like I got like 1,000 out of what I really needed was like 10,000. So I gave people the opportunity. I did. I mean, I want that too. Who wouldn't want that? But it just didn't work that way. It's I don't know what I think it might have been because of the COVID and all that stuff. But I also think
that's the problem.
And
the problem.
It is a huge problem, and
it is.
And it was gonna kind of come out in December, like we planned. It would be done, and we would include the first issue with the other two. But it just sometimes things don't work out that way. And then I got a lot of people when I did the poll again say, "Hey, I would like all the issues. I would like all of them." So it's just I get kind of confused by like when I reach out to the community and they say, "Well, different things like we want this, but then we want this, and then we want this, and then we want this." It's like, well, I'm gonna just try it both ways, I guess.
Yeah, no, this whole COVID thing and all the other chaos that's going on is troublesome. It certainly is.
No, it is. Sure. It is.
I'm going to go to Thundera in a second, but let me catch up with the chat real quick. Brian Hawkins says, seriously, though, that was interesting about Odin. Did not know that. So Teacher Chester taught me something today. Well, dude, I am full of useless information. Anonymous says you need to create a fake outrage about the book. That way, it will get funded when it's in tracking not to get funded or have traced art that people fawn over. Well, Todd banked on that for damn sure. Todd got kicked off of Reddit. That was a big bush. How much money did you make off of that?
Yeah.
Todd. We got about a 10K bump. From that.
10K bump and get kicked off from Reddit. That's awesome. Go over there and say something controversial.
Yeah. You don't even have to say anything controversial. Just go tell them the truth.
Tell them dreidels suck balls. Dreidel. That was a Hanukkah joke. Just Hanukkah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay. Go ahead, Thunder.
No, I mean, I concur with what you guys were saying about the art and stuff. I think especially these action shots look spectacular. You can feel them, if you were really there, and that's very hard to pull off. Even mainstream comics don't pull it off half the time, in my opinion. But this, you can feel it. It's visceral.
It's good,
and that's really good. So this, if this is something people are into, like this is your style, you like the, the more cartoony style, whatever you want to call it. I think people should really look into this because it's pretty good. I like the art a lot. It's really good.
Yeah, no, and it has been the whole time. And who's
Hmm.
doing your art again?
So we have two guys, powerhouses. So again, Tom Barton's doing the covers and the variant cover and the backup story. Raphael Sam is doing the interior art and will for the rest of the series. So yeah, they're both incredible artists. I've said it before, but I'm so blessed to be working with them. It's almost like a dream come true.
Yes.
I don't know how I found them. I found Tom through an anthology that I was working on like 2 years ago, and I got published in it. And he did the cover for it. I was like, who is that guy? Like, you'd think you'd find someone on like in the internet, right? But I found him through print, and that was interesting. So I reached out to him, and we did a story. And then he's worked on stuff for League of Legends.
Oh,
He does games things. He's worked on a comic book for League of Legends, Olaf versus Everything, and that's on the League of Legends website. And he's just really into games and concept art, and he crushes Inktober. And you guys have to follow him at Tomo_Tron on Twitter and Instagram. Raphael Sam is also on Instagram, and he is a beast. He worked on a Madagascar comic book for DreamWorks. He works in Recife, Brazil, at an animation studio, and he works with me part-time on this book. And so it's a powerhouse team. And they both do their own colors, which they're both amazing at what they do. It's, again, I found some amazing artists, and I'm really beyond blessed to have them. I mean, they're more than 90% of the show, I feel like. So it's just it's so awesome to be with them and collaborating with them. So
cool. Well, it is good art. Now, what is this Jotun I'm looking at here?
the what?
The ice giant.
So that is Jack Frost.
That's Jack
Frost is in two. Yes, that is Jack Frost. He's kind of like a King Kong.
Well, that's
looking
interesting because I
king.
thought this character here was Jack Frost.
Yes, he is as well. So the Jack Frost, basically the tragedy of Jack Frost, which is the backup story, will show you the progression of that Jack Frost who plays for animals and is so friendly and nice, and his transition into becoming a monster. And so a lot of unfortunate things happen, and he kind of transforms into this really ugly monster. And there's a past there with General Almond, and kind of he gets tricked, he gets manipulated, and he gets duped into doing something that hurts his friends. And so he gets transformed into a horrible monster. And I mean, he did by issue 3. He redeems himself because it's a happy story, but he kind of just has a lot of regrets. And Garrett finds him, and he learns a lot of the lessons from Jack Frost because Jack Frost made mistakes and he trusted the wrong people, and Garrett tries to make sure that he makes the right partnerships and allies, because you never know, if you make the wrong allies, you could turn out like Jack Frost. So it's just he's just one of those characters that's kind of like the Winter Warlock, if you've watched. What is it? The
year without a Christmas or something like that.
Either that one or the other one was, but either way.
I know what you mean, though. Yeah.
Yeah, the Winter Warlock has a kind of similar story where it's like he's this evil being, but yet once he once he has friendship, he just wants friends, and then he's making the reindeer fly, and he gives there's all this mythology there. So it's just he's kind of like that kind of character. I see him as.
Oh, cool. That's interesting. You have some character development in there. Todd, I do have a question. Are you in anonymous friends or something?
I don't know who it is at all.
So he
got what he needed. He got what he needed. He got what he needed.
Why?
Because you read his tweet or whatever, his chat.
So you do know who he is, and you guys are playing with each other. All right.
No, I don't. But he'll get it again if he says something like that again.
So if I read someone's tweet, you're going to ban them.
No. You no.
Okay. All right, fine. Sorry about that, Anonymous. I don't know what the hell's going on. But Eric says Ryan is very energetic about the book and shows how passionate he is about it. It is great seeing a creator so excited about his project. I think it's a great project as well, Eric. Roger said, "Is there going to be a fan speak this week, guys?" Well, actually, like I said, I wasn't sure what was going to happen on the fan speak shows because they moved the pontificators over to Wednesday. So when they have a pontificator show, I will do the pontificators. When they don't, I'll do a fan speak. So we're going to kind of leave it like that. I'm going to have to do some adjustment and some changing. I think I need to refresh the entire channel, to be honest with you. But I'll sit down and take some time to think about that. But for as far as I know right now, Roger, there is no Wednesday show right now. But I will try to announce when there is or not as best I can. Santa Claus is coming to town. Thank you, Nick C. There you go, Winter Warlock. All right.
Yes,
Well,
that's exactly right.
yeah. There's so many of those great Rankin Bass stuff, right?
It's
Anyway,
amazing. They're amazing.
yeah, they
Yeah.
are. Yeah. The Heat Miser was what I was thinking of, I think. But nevertheless, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to take a look at this trailer. So I asked the same question of everybody, Ryan. Am I going to like this thing?
It's significantly less time than the last one was like, which was like 3 minutes or something. So it's like a minute. It's very concise. I took into, I remember you thinking that the trailer was not very effective last time. So I tried to make it as cinematic as possible with that, and as short as possible, because I've seen a lot of 50-second ones that are like very effective, get the message out, get everything out. And so I try to do that. So hopefully you like it.
So I basically told you to stop sucking last time. All right, cool. That's good to know.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I am very strict about such things. You do know that. And you're going up
I hope
against.
you like it, but
it's important to appease me. That is fair. And you're going up against someone who has probably one of the best Indiegogo trailers we've ever seen. Here with Todd. Who made that trailer for you,
yes,
Todd?
it's a great trailer.
It is freaking
Chris
awesome.
Brawley.
Yeah, badass
Chris
trailer.
Brawley, yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm going to click on. I'm watching it. I'm doing it. Thundero, it's done.
The Nutcracker's War has left the inhabitants of Planet Christmas hopeless and desperate for heroes. Dozens of provinces and villages have been taken over by General Almond and his evil soldiers who aim to rule the planet and capture all the Christmas spirit that's left. But out of nowhere, a new hope has arisen. Our young hero Garrett is on a quest to find Father Christmas, who he believes is the only man that might have the power to dismantle the war completely. Garrett, and a leader of the small but mighty Christmasville militia, could be the only chance the planet has at returning to its jolly old self. But several questions remain. Where's Father Christmas, and why has he not stopped the war already? Who is Jack Frost, and what dark partnership did he have with General Almond? And what evil lurks behind the drawbridge of Castle Wenceslas? Raphael Sam will once again be the interior artist of this second issue. I, Ryan Haack, will continue to write the story, and Tom Barton, our great cover artist, will draft the 5-page backup story, The Tragedy of Jack Frost, as well as drawing the variant and main cover of the second issue. BRIC-A-BRAC is back and better than ever. Please help us make this a reality.
Okay, well, all right. It's not horrible. It's all right. It's all right. I'm not going to yell at you today, so you're off. You're off that hook.
Okay.
But you know what you really needed was to turn the music up just a touch and to have that old man Charles Dickens guy talking.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're right. It could have been like a different, like a Patrick Stewart.
Oh no, God,
And
no, fuck that guy. No, a cool voice, not that. That guy's pretentious. We don't want that. We want the soothing old man, but yet you need to take him serious voice.
Yeah. No, you're totally right. I should do that for 3. You're totally right, though. Now that I think of it, like I should really have kind of like because it would make sense, kind of in every aspect. You know,
In every
like a Charles
aspect,
Dickens.
yes. Oh yes,
So I
Ryan.
need
Chester's always right. Yes.
Yeah. No, but you're right. It should be a different voice, not me. Yeah, you're right, though.
Yeah, but no, because with all the great theme you got going on, that voice, that I can't remember what is the voice actor's name, guys? That dude has that kind of rich old man voice, the Charles Dickens narration voice. That would have been badass,
Orson
dude.
Welles.
No, 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 no. It's the grandpa sound, not the Orson Welles one. But anyway, you know what I mean. You need
Yeah, I
that kind
do.
of voice.
Yeah, I could probably go find someone on some, just reach out to someone and be like, hey, I'll pay, we'll figure something out. But that would be a really cool thing. You're right, because I think it would kind of sell the universe a little bit more. And I think just, I can even recall like the Rankin and Bass movies having a narrator who's a lot more older. For example,
Yeah.
Burl Ives.
Burl Ives,
Ives.
yeah, and
Fred-
the Willie Mammoth said it. Yeah,
Fred
no, that wasn't
Astaire.
Willie. That's Eric said it. No, that's Sam Alien. That was Eric said it. Damn it, Chester. Burl Ives. Yes, that's exactly who I'm thinking of. Sam Elliott.
Yeah, no, you're
That could be
totally
cool
right.
too. But no, Burl Ives. But yeah, no, I'm just saying because I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with that trailer. Although I would even tighten it up a little, like 20 seconds more. But if you had that narration with the music at a proper volume to the speaking as it's going through with this really clean and polished on model art is what I call it, right? And you
Yeah.
were able to get this in a proper advertisement place, dude, you can sell the hell out of this thing. I'm telling you, it's a good
Yeah, for
idea.
sure.
It's clever. I could easily see Pixar doing this, man.
Yeah, no, I hope so. Yeah, I hope so one day. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I actually will put that into account. I was even thinking of maybe for the third one trying to do some kind of stop motion thing, maybe if only for 5 seconds or something really kind of cool, making like the characters in stop motion for just a couple seconds.
Oh
Maybe,
yeah,
it's not going to be
the
anything
motion
crazy.
comic thing. Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Or actually like models, like actual models. I don't know. We'll see if
Well,
we could make that happen.
I just personally think this project is on point. I think it's really good looking. A little extra touch with the advertisement for that would help. But I think the real
Yeah.
problem is you just don't have it in front of people because we've done a lot of Indiegogo and Kickstarters here, dude. A lot of crowdfunding stuff here over the past couple of years, and we've seen some stuff that is like, hey, it's a first try. Good luck to you. Try, keep trying, push, et cetera, et cetera. We've seen some absolutely fantastic killer stuff as well. But this is something that's sellable. And I'm sure I must
Yeah.
have said the same thing last time. I must have because it's just sellable, dude. And the only problem you're having is you're not in front of enough eyes, and that's what it comes down to in life, right? It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I need to
don't know.
get there. And like I said, I need to find more people. And I feel like a lot of people know about it, at least in kind of the crowdfunding world, maybe. But if you guys have any suggestions, yeah, definitely let me know after we stream. Because I will write it down and try to reach out to them. Like I said, I'm going to be extending, obviously. So I have a whole another month and more to do more interviews, and so going to push as hard as I've ever pushed in my life to make it happen. So.
One place you definitely go because you do have a successful project, a funded project and delivered project under your belt. You might want to go try to talk to Ethan because his rule is you have to have had something produced already, and you do. So you might want to go talk to Ethan because you'll get a bump off of it, and you get in front of more eyes.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
that's definitely an option, right? We do a lot over here. Try to say, well, Ethan isn't responsible for everyone and all that stuff. Of course, it's true, but still, it is something. It'd be nice if you can get in with him. You also have Pixel Traders Indicron. Are you listed on that?
I am. I put myself on
Sweet.
Indicron. Yes, 100%.
Very good. And Nick C says, share it with Mick Foley. He loves Santa Claus.
Mick Foley. Who is that?
Oh my God, dude. That's just un-American.
The pro wrestler Mick Foley.
Yeah, Mankind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, you never know that. No, Nick is probably half joking, but the thing is, Mick Foley is actually a man of the people. He's actually, you never know. If you found his Twitter, I'm sure he has one, and you sent this link over to him, you never know. He might be interested. He is that kind of dude. He really is.
And he really is a super Christmas freak.
He is. He's a nice guy. Yeah, you should send it over to Mick. Do that, dude. Mick Foley. Yeah, why not? Ain't gonna hurt.
Okay, I will follow him and why not?
To the point that this gentleman
tag him in it.
all year round has a room in his house that's fully decked out in Christmas stuff.
That's right.
And he's a literal, actual Santa Claus once or twice a year.
Yeah, he is.
That's
Yeah.
how much he loves Christmas. He's a multimillionaire.
Wow.
He doesn't have to do that. He just loves Christmas.
Oh, well, Mick's awesome too.
Okay,
He's
well
a
then
good
maybe
human. Yeah.
Mick Foley. Okay, I will reach out to this guy somehow. I
You
can't
just-
message him, but we'll
go
see.
to Twitter and follow him and just try to get in front of his eyes. You never know. I mean, why not? I mean, one of the things I've just giving you a small little example, right? We've had a lot of interesting guests on this show. It looks like next week, Eric Boyd actually is kind of working on hooking us up with a really cool guest next Monday. So I'm not going to announce it till it's 100% scheduled, but it looks like it is. But one of the things I did on this show, and we've interviewed a lot of cool people inside the comic book world, right, on this little teeny channel. And all I did was just go to Twitter and I hit up everybody I could think of, famous artist, famous writer, colorist, whatever. I hit them all up, sent them all DMs. Most of them either didn't respond or said, go to hell. But a few of them were like, yeah, sure. You never know, right? It's just doing the legwork. And that's why
you
we've
never
had a
know.
bunch of cool interviews here, And of course, we know Todd Mulroney
Right,
because
so
he's the man. But all right, cool. So let me go over and we're going to leave this for a minute. We're going to go take a look at a couple other things. Ryan, stick with us here and feel free to
Yep, absolutely.
interact. So your name is pronounced Hawk, not Hack, because I've been calling you Hack.
Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Yep.
So you got to yell
Right
at
to
me
his
because
face.
no, my name is Hawk, you bastard. Come on.
No, I won't yell at you. No, it's okay.
It's all right.
No, it's common. It's common. It's okay. It actually doesn't bother me.
Well, it kind of looks like the spelling for hacky sack, the hack. But
It does.
it's Hawk.
Almost like right. So it's kind of just it's tough.
Yeah, no,
But
it's different.
I got through it.
What is the ethnicity of the name Hack? Just curious, where's that coming from in the world?
I think it is German. I believe that is it's German. I think.
Oh well, that
It's
explains
definitely
everything.
Germanic
All right.
for sure.
Yeah, damn Germans. All right, let's go on, and we'll come back to this look at the perks at the end. But we got things to do, people.
Let's do it.
All right, we're doing it now. There are a bevy of trailers, and today's going to be our news is going to be about trailers today, all comic book related.
Yeah.
We're going to do two first, back to back, and then we're going to look at another one last. But I want to kind of look at the tale of two trailers because we have the Justice League Snyder Cut teaser, right? And we have the new Batman, the Twilight Twinkly Boy Batman trailer. So. For me, I think my opinion is quite different than everybody else's. But let's take a look. So I'm not going to play the volume. You guys know what happens. We get strikes, and I got to go through a whole bunch of nonsense to get it put back up. So I'm not going to play volume. But you guys can check these out. I'm sure you probably already have. But while I'm running it here in the background, this one here, of course, is the trailer for the Schneider Cut, and it looks to me that not only did they take a lot of footage that I think they probably shot and didn't use, I'd imagine. I don't know how much of this is reshoot shots, but I think it's a lot of stuff they didn't use. What they seem to be doing, which Snyder seems to be doing in this trailer, is showing us, well, we're going to give you a lot more character background, and we're going to try to flesh these characters out, which they should have done the first time. I don't know why Wheaton didn't do it. And they've also completely remade Steppenwolf in the right way. So I don't know what the hell's going on in this trailer, but that's not right. Hold on a second. Let me go back and get another one because that's not right. Let's try this one. Here we go. All right. So well, now you guys checked out the Justice League thing. It's running right now on. I'm going to leave it in a small box. But well, what did you guys think about the Schneider Cut?
I mean, unless he can pull off a miracle with this movie, it's just going to be the Justice League, basically, that we saw, with a little bit more bits and pieces thrown in there.
Yeah. Well, it's a 4-part series, so it's 4 one-hour shows.
Yes.
So we're going to have a lot more room in there. We do know that, for instance, they went and did reshoots with Superman, so the bad lip is gone. It's out, right? So we don't have any of that nonsense. So they have done those reshoots with him. They have him in the black suit, which is what happened after Superman died. He came back in the black suit, long hair, right? And like I said, they've really looked like they're fleshing out the Ezra Miller story, Flash, as well as the Cyborg, which I think is good, right? What do you think, Todd?
You know what? I don't know about reshoots. I know they got some footage that was unused with Wonder Woman, but they're putting a lot into the CGI and the unfinished shots that were originally shot. But it can only get better. I've said this 1,000 times. It can only get better than what it was. There's no way to get worse. It's it's really a stunt. There never was a Snyder cut.
No.
Because if there was a cut, then that's something you can show to audiences, and we could have launched HBO with a Snyder movie. But since they're kind of cobbling together, my expectations are low, and that's good because they should be easily reached.
Yeah,
Chester,
no.
in the chat is the actual trailer that you somehow can't find.
Shut up.
You boomer.
Well, dude, fine. Fine. All right. Let me see here. I gotta kind of do this. I gotta do that. What's a long one too? Now, how would I? Oh, I'll do like this. Yep. Let's do that. All right, cool. There we go. There we go. Zendara helped us. All right, this is a long one too. Damn, it's really long. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind when I saw it was what they should have done. Because if you guys remember, there was an animated movie that came out, Justice League. And, of course, in that movie, Superman gets captured by Darkseid. And that was great little animated movie, as DC animated movies usually are. And when I saw this movie, the first thing that came to my mind, Steppenwolf, where the hell is frickin' Darkseid? And then boom, the first thing you see in this trailer is frickin' Darkseid in full glory. So they definitely are adding shit, dude.
What do you think of the CGI on Darkseid there?
It's all right. I'm sure it's not finished yet, but
there always was a Darkseid in his cut. It just never got finished
because they fucking brought weeded in, and they shouldn't have done it anyway. They should have just backed up and let it go. I mean, the guy's freaking kid died. Give him a moment.
Yeah, it should never have happened. It should never have happened. But I think with these big corporations, they just have no remorse. They're just like, F it. Like,
yeah, and it cost them.
Yeah, it's partly that. It's also they were so desperate to get on the board because Marvel was stomping them.
Yeah, well, that's true. But they screwed that up. They should have got on board immediately. As soon as Marvel started making money with those movies, they should have been on it instead of waiting a freaking decade. That's on them, dude. That's on them.
Yep.
And keep in mind this with all the additions and all the stuff, because Steppenwolf looks badass right there. With all this extra stuff added on, none of this would have happened. None of this. If it wasn't for AT&T, because Warner Brothers was clearly saying, "Shut the hell up! We don't want to care about no Schneider cut." AT&T made them do this, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be beneficial for them in the end. It is. Yeah, doesn't matter if this is amazing or not.
What would have been smart to do is when Iron Man hit and it succeeded, immediately they should have been working on a Flash movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, because here's
should have immediately.
Yeah, no, they should have, Ryan, because here's the thing.
The Dark Knight was huge, but...
Well, yeah, true, but...
Dark Knight was also that year, but it would...
But you know what I mean when I was talking about they dropped the ball, they didn't get on it. But the thing with it is, for me, is you have the Sonic the Hedgehog factor coming in, right? Because if you get the fans what they like, even if it isn't great, they're going to go support you because you listen to them. Same thing's going to happen with this, right? It doesn't matter if it's amazingly awesome, because it is going to catch a lot of fans coming in and say thank you. That's simple. And but I also think it's going to be better. I don't know how in the hell it could not be better, because that movie was a freaking train wreck. I mean, the CG is incomplete. The story is inconsistent. I mean, what a hot mess, dude. I can't even believe they put it out in theaters. The only cool thing in that whole freaking movie is the scene where Batman, Superman doesn't know who he is, and he kicks their ass. That's a cool scene. But other than that, it's like, what the hell are you thinking,
Well, I
man?
like the at the end when Superman shows back up and he remembers who he is
Hmm.
to fight Steppenwolf and he just stomps him. I love that too. It just felt like Superman finally was here. For the first time in Cavill's run, he felt like Superman to me.
Yeah. Well, you guys remember that animated show? I think it might have been the Tales of Superman and Batman or something like that. I can't remember which one it was, but it might have been a movie. But where Superman's doing the thing where he's walking down the street and he's like, I always have to hold back. I can never give
Yep.
my whole self because everything's like as if it were made with cardboard. But you get big guy, you can take it, can't you? And he just goes
Hmm.
frickin' to town on Darkseid. That is a badass moment in a freaking
Yeah.
cartoon, dude. How in the hell are you not putting that on the screen, right?
I've been saying for years, I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand the people who have the contracts to make DC movies, which Warner Brothers was who it was, why they were so afraid of giving us a Superman Darkseid movie. It
Yeah.
would sell. It would have made money. It would have made money 20 years ago with CGI back then, but they just wouldn't do it. Nobody would ever pull the plug for some reason.
Yeah, no, it's very weird the decisions we see being made by these people, and I know there's an agenda going on behind the scenes. I'm not going to get into that here. That would be more of a TFT show, but there is a little bit of this Afrofuturism thing that's tainting everything. And I don't
Mm.
know if you guys know and maybe I should do a TFT. Maybe that's the first TFT we should do back is TFT Afrofuturism because it's everywhere. And they're really trying to make it a thing. And I mean, they're all seeming to kind of pile into it. I mean, Ta-Nehisi Coates, of course, what he's been doing, particularly with Captain America, is a very good example of that. Maybe I'll use that. But it is nonsense. But I'm not going to get into that. But thank you very much, Justice League Unlimited, Nick. Let me ask another question since we're on that before I move to the next trailer. When my kids are growing up, they had Samurai Jack, Dexter's Laboratory, Justice League, Superman, Young Justice. They had all this cool stuff, man. And because I'm a type of parent that always pays attention and watches what my kids are watching, I would sit and watch it with them, and I loved it. Right? Well, not all of it, but I mean, even Little Powerpuff Girls was a fun little show. Right?
Yeah.
What the hell happened? There's nothing cool at all right now. Nothing.
I don't know it precisely without getting to TFTE. If you're just looking at basic corporate from the front of it, I don't get it either. Because those old shows, and I was a young adult when those shows were on, but they were good shows.
They
They
were
were
great.
well made, well written for a kid's show. It's about as good as you can write it. And when I was a kid, I was growing up with the Batman animated series and
Oh,
X-Men
yeah.
and the Spider-Man
Yep.
animated series in the 90s. And those were and Gargoyles, which is still a great show.
Oh, yeah.
Those were very not mature, but like an adult could watch them no problem and enjoy it. You
Sure.
wouldn't have to, it's not made specifically targeted for a child's mind. It's just well written and toned down enough that it can market it to kids.
Well, yeah, don't make it a
Now
chore
I
for
don't
the
know who
parents,
it's
right?
marketed to anymore. I don't
Well,
know who they're marketing to be honest with you, because who wants to watch
I
some of
know.
that?
well,
They
dude,
keep doing weird things in
they
cartoons.
do.
Really, really weird things.
When I saw that
Like just-
Thundercats hoe, I wanted to go to war. I swear to God. I mean, that's just disrespectful.
How do you
shit.
mess up Thundercats? They're the coolest thing. They're literal anthropomorphic cat warriors.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
It is awesome.
They
Yeah.
keep trying to appeal to some Tumblr crowd, and I'm not even on Tumblr. I've never been on Tumblr, and I keep hearing Neo and Geeky Sparkles talk about this Tumblr crowd. And I
Yeah,
don't get
well,
it.
they seem to want to appease to a group that doesn't actually support or spend any money on their stuff. So I don't know what they're
Yeah,
thinking.
that's exactly true. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I
Oh.
think they think that they're going to get a big win from like that group of people, but it just doesn't ever work. It never pans out.
Now you're Ryan. You're about my kid's age, so you grew up on these things too. You had a great childhood for some really cool entertainment. What of those bevy of things? What was your favorite?
I mean, Samurai Jack. I love Gandhi Tartakovsky. Like,
Yeah.
I think that I love Samurai Jack. And then I think the Clone Wars by Gandhi Tartakovsky is also amazing. And then the Clone Wars animated series is amazing. So I was obsessed with it as a kid. So yeah, I would say those. I mean, I think even the kind of dumb episodes of the Clone Wars, both series are amazing. I still think that there's just so many great moments. So I was really lucky to be able to have like those good shows. I think those are some. Samurai Jack was a little far out from. I mean, I was a little too young for that when it came out, but like definitely the Clone Wars era.
Those are pretty good too. Those are pretty good.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Yeah, but I didn't get to see as many of those because my kids by that time were a little bit older to the point that I trusted them. Well, I trusted them, so I didn't keep pay attention to everything they were watching. But I did see some of those, and they were really cool. It's it's really sad what's going on now, but at least we have that old stuff. Let me move on to the next trailer. I see a lot of good conversation. We got Claudio over here, Eric. They're yelling at me, of course. Calville still hasn't shaved as much as that guy really wants to avoid being in this movie. It looks like it. Thank you, Boo Thundero, for making Chester less boomery. God. The next movie that Paramount should make is Thanos versus Darkseid, Rumble in the Bronx. And there you go. Jackie Chan reference. Jackie Chan is out though, dude. He is 100% out, and it's a sad story because his daughter is a train wreck, but she is like in America, I think. But his son is in China, and the CCP is basically holding him for blackmail in a way, forcing Jackie to stand up next to CCP and next to Xi and say all kind of great things about CCP. So he's being forced to do it, right? But yet the people of Hong Kong, because he did it, they've completely abandoned Jackie Chan. Completely. It's sad, dude. It's a sad state. Sorry, Rumble in the Bronx. It just came to my head. Anyway, let's move on to the next trailer. I'm somewhat excited about seeing this Justice League. I think it can't be worse, dude. It can't be, right?
I can't be.
No, it can't.
Yeah, it can't. Now let's go on to this train wreck over here. All right, The Batman. I'll just click it.
Train wreck. The only good trailer they had, the whole thing.
I don't know, dude. I don't like it. I don't. But everyone else seems to like it. So what do I do?
This isn't the trailer. This isn't the trailer, man. It's from 2019.
Oh, damn it. This is your fault.
Hang on, I'll find it.
All right, we'll let him find it. Okay.
I think it's the DuckDuckGo that you're using. Sometimes it doesn't.
Just don't. It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing. It's fair. It's fair. He's got to put it up here in a minute. What did you guys think? Oh, you looked at the Batman trailer. What did you think, Ryan?
I like I said, I like it. I mean, hearing that the director was inspired by the Batman Ego and Other Tales, the Darwin Cook book that I really like. I think it's one of the best underrated Batman stories. I think it's going to be great. It's going to probably be really focused on Batman and then his villains, kind of like the Nolan stuff. There maybe not a lot of room for Superman or anything like that. It is good because I think that Batman has a good track record of when it's just him in his movies or his animated series. Those end up being the best usually. So that's kind of a good sign. And then I mean, I like Robert Pattinson. I think he's a great actor. At least in the last couple of years, he's been a really good actor. If you've seen like the Lighthouse movie he made, or the movies, there's a couple other ones that he was in that were really like showed off his chops.
Oh, the Lighthouse is great.
I mean, he's a great actor. I think that Zoe Kravitz is going to be awesome as Catwoman. I think we've never had a great, like a developed Catwoman since like 1992, so almost like 30 years. I mean, again, we had Anne Hathaway, but I don't know. I think that there's a lot of good things going on. I think Commissioner Gordon is going to be cool. I think that they're going to develop more of the GCPD. Like,
he
I think
doesn't
Montoya
look very Irish anymore, though.
No, but I think they had like Montoya in there, and then Bullock, and then the Riddler, I guess, is the new hero. So I'm interested.
The new hero.
It's funny how
the Riddler,
the new hero.
Well, not hero, villain.
Well, actually,
I love how like.
The guy playing Gordon, I like the actor. He's a really good actor.
Yeah,
he's a great actor.
But the Riddler over the last couple of years in comic books has been very different. So like he had like you had the 0 Years stuff, and then the Channing Tatum Batman, the War of Jokes and Riddles, which I actually liked, but I'm interested to see what this Riddler could be like. I think he's one of the best Batman villains, and according to Paul Dini, one of the hardest to write. So I just am interested to see what it's going to be like. We haven't had a Riddler in real time, like in a real movie since 1995. So this is going to be interesting, I think.
Yeah. Well, I got feeling of Frank Miller's Dark Knight from this as well. I got a lot, especially that scene we just saw with him beating up on the Joker guys. But
Yeah.
I don't like this trailer at all. I really don't like it. And you can't get. I'm not going to play the volume because they will copyright strike us automatically, right? So you guys got to go watch it yourself if you haven't already. But because this is one you really need to have the music and the volume behind to get what they're trying to give you. But it's emo Batman. They're definitely trying to play off of the Joker movie in the wrong way. And the Commissioner Gordon thing, race swapping him, just more bullshit. I love that actor, but once again, why are you disrespecting the black people? Why are you always giving them the hand-me-downs? Because that's what they're doing. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you, right? Now, Catwoman has been racially swapped many times in the live action media, but once again, why? But because it comes down to that stupid Hollywood trope, you can't have a white man with a white woman or vice versa. There always has to be a different race in there these days. They can't show it. And of course, we all know Catwoman is his ultimate love interest. So these kind of dumb SJW things, now they might not actually impact the movie at all. I mean, as far as we know. But those just more nagging nonsense. But I just don't like the emo feel. It's not Batman, and he looks so small. I don't like it.
Well, I do like it. I think it's a good trailer. I think Pattinson will be able to pull off both aspects of Bruce Wayne's character, the Bat and the Bachelor. And he looks good enough. He's handsome. He's got a nice chiseled jawline. He is small. I was hoping he'd bulk up a little bit more, but I can forgive that because this is supposed to be a young Batman. I think it's only supposed to be like his second year as Batman or something like that. So basically he's like a rookie at it still. So maybe he hasn't built up, his body, his physique totally yet.
Well, he refused. The actor refused to bulk up. He refused to get in shape, which is why they have this damn bulky costume on him, which looks ridiculous. Go ahead. Sorry. Just so you know, Nick C says emo Batman listens to Cure and complains that he cannot live in the 16th century. Indeed.
I don't mind the emo part because, like I said, it's supposed to be a younger take on the case. Like he's supposed to be new to it. And Batman is a very tormented character. That's one of the reasons he works so well. So if he's, as a younger man, very, emo and very super brooding in a less stoic and disciplined kind of way as when he's older, I'm fine with that. So it's really going to depend on if Pattinson stays as the Bat and if the character grows. If it stays this in the next movie or even at the end of this movie, I'm not going to like it. But if he grows into more maturity, I think that'll be great. And I hope that's what they're doing. I hope they're not just trying to make emo, edgy Batman. Because we've had emo, edgy Batman, and he's the one superhero you can get away with it, sure. And it works because that's just who he is. But I would much rather it evolve into a more of a thinking Batman. Because Batman's supposed to be a tactical genius and a strategist and a detective. I want that Batman. I've yet to see him in the movies. Never seen him once. That's the Batman I want.
Yeah. That's fair. But didn't you get a feel out of that trailer that they were going for the Joker, though?
A bit, yeah. But you can't blame them. That movie blew away everybody's expectations at the box office. So I could forgive them leaning towards a little grungier look.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting? You're getting Johnny Depp got too old to play Batman, so we picked this guy. That's what we're getting. That's what I think this is.
Pirates of the Batman.
Pirates of the Batman. Ah, goodness. Ryan, go ahead and give your last thoughts on it before I go to the last trailer. Go ahead.
I thought it was good. But again, I think the year one and year two Batman are kind of strange because I was just looking at images of like I guess the Long Halloween is supposed to be a year one Batman story. So I think a lot of people have different perspectives on his capabilities at that point because you look at Long Halloween, he's like pretty capable.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you honestly, if you weren't told it was a year one story, you would pretty much he was like 40 or something, right? So I don't know. I'm interested to see kind of how they take it. I'm interested to see. Yeah, I did actually. I would say that it's worth checking out the Matt Reeves interview on the DC Fandom. He goes into detail about what he was inspired about what he was inspired by to do the movie, and then he also talks about the more detective aspects of the movie too. How it's going to be more of a detective, because he also mentions what you said. There hasn't been a Batman detective really movie ever.
No.
I mean, there's some moments in The Dark Knight where he's, he goes to Hong Kong and he does some, and those are kind of the coolest moments of The Dark Knight in my perspective. To see Batman actually do stuff like, what is it like? Not just fisticuffs. Like, what does he really do like on the daily? So it would just be interesting to see, because it's cool to see his Grant Morrison preparedness, and that's always going to be cool. There's no doubt about it. But to see I think people love to see how he thinks. We want to see what he actually thinks. We always react to, oh, he's great, and he always knows the exact way to take out this person or to approach a certain obstacle. But it would be cool to see that kind of broken down. And like, we never get to see that,
Yeah. Well, and that is the greatest thing of Batman is the fact that his superpower is his ability to know everything. That's his thing, right? And my kids, automatically caught that when they were watching the animated series, which I showed them for them, they were kind of young, but they weren't even born when that came out. But that animated series is badass. Cool. And guys, Ryan knows his comic books, dude. He does. Yeah, you might want to come on the show more often, dude. You come over here and elucidate. We could use the knowledge. It's nice, and you're much prettier than Booster, so you got that. Yeah. So
I did want to comment on what Eric Hawkins said in the chat here, and this is what I'm hoping for. This is why I'm hopeful with this trailer, because it seems to be going the direction I want it to go. Because they seem to be going the way of the detective with Riddler in this one. They also seem to be building up to a sequel already with the Court of Owls.
That would be nice.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Especially if we don't really see the court at all in this movie. They're just in the background, and he knows about them, or he knows something's up. And what I want him to do is I want him to be a detective long form over a couple of movies, where you just see him constantly here or there, just little Easter eggs kind of him searching for this mysterious group that seems to be behind a bunch of stuff. And he's just doing detective work. And then eventually there's a big reveal of who it is, and it would probably be the court. That makes sense. I just think that's a great idea for Batman. It can really lean into the detective part and a little bit of a thriller. Batman shouldn't just be action. It shouldn't just be an action movie or a drama. It can be a thriller. It can be thrilling and exciting and mysterious and a detective show. It can almost be a little bit noir, right? Like a noir movie. I want that, and I want him to have a villain that he's chasing, or in this case, if it's the court, a group of villains that he's chasing that he can't quite get. He can't get them. He can't figure them out. They're always one step ahead of him for whatever reason over a series of movies, one or two, or maybe even three.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fantastic way to play Batman as a long arc to get Pattinson more comfortable in the role. Maybe they can convince him to bulk up. If this movie's successful, we'll see.
Yeah, just beat him and throttle him about the head and shoulders till he does so. But you know what? To be honest with you, of course, I'm going to watch the movie. Yeah, obviously, I hope it's great. I just really don't like that trailer. But I would love to see them follow this up with Man-Bat and then end with the Court of Owls. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah,
that would be a tragic situation that he's got to deal with in a brutal manner because Man-Bat is just too dangerous. But it's a extremely sad and tragic story, right? I would love to see that. Anyway, let's watch the last trailer and then we'll go back over to the Indiegogo. All right,
Batman horror movie. How good would that be?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah. Batman horror movie. All right, let's see if I got the last one right. Damn. All right, here we go. Suicide Squad. Now this is
I'm
being
going to tell you right now, you don't have this one right because this is also from 2019.
son of a. Why? Why?
It's probably the search engine.
Well, they told me to use DuckDuckGo. They said it's better, Chester. Use DuckDuckGo. So I did. While Thunder brings up that trailer for the new Suicide Squad, I have to say that with the Suicide Squad thing, um, I'm not a big fan of Harley Quinn. You guys know that. I think it's an absolutely useless character. But I love James Gunn. I'm a big James Gunn fan. I didn't really care about all that controversy because I read those tweets he did, and that he was just doing edgelord crap, which we see a lot of people do. I do it. So I wasn't really mad at him about that. It was just dumb, edgy crap. But the dude's talented, man. I'm telling you. Those Guardians of the Galaxy movies are great. I got my fingers crossed for it, but I have to tell you, the original Suicide Squad sucked balls. The Birds of Prey movie was worse. So it's an uphill battle, man. I don't know what he's going to do. What do you think about that, Ryan?
I mean, I think the Suicide. I was just kind of noticing that I didn't realize it, back in 2014. But the Suicide Squad has a huge popularity, like the video games, all the animated movies. I don't know. I mean, I think people are really into the story. So, it's kind of took me by surprise. I didn't realize how much people would dig it, but I guess people really, even the movie that was released that people didn't really like. It was huge. It was huge that summer. It was like you couldn't get away from it. It didn't matter if it was good or bad. I think people just loved the concept. It's a great concept. I think.
It is a great concept.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a great concept, and Marvel doesn't have anything like it, and it's very unique and cool, and it gives it's a lot of. I think people are interested in it, and again, for video games, obviously, it's huge. They're in all sorts of animated movies. They've had like 3 relaunches of their comic books. It's a huge franchise now. I didn't realize how it would become that, but it is. So I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that because, of course, we had John Cena in here. Awesome.
Yes.
But one of the things that we were talking about a little bit before is the fact that there is a Suicide Squad game coming out, right? It's I'm not excited about it because it's doing this stupid Injustice thing. No offense, Mike. Love you. But I hate the Injustice thing, dude. Superman is not a villain. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I hate that too. It's just like no more. Like how many times evil Superman has been a villain in so many interpretations. From Batman Hush to when Poison Ivy took him over to when it was Black Kryptonite or when it was this or this. It's like or Red Kryptonite rather. It's just kind of like I don't know. I feel like the character kind of loses his potency when he's so easily taken over by other people. It's like he's like a goon.
It's ridiculous.
Like, does Superman have no integrity? Like,
well, I have to tell you one thing
strange.
by watching this behind-the-scenes sneak peek is what this is. This isn't a trailer at all. You could do a whole show just breaking down this trailer, dude. They've got a lot of characters in here. The freaking Polka Dot Man's in here.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
My favorite part about this thing is John Cena's his direction.
Yeah, me too.
To be a douchey Captain America, and I'm just like, be John Cena.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
John Cena's a great actor. Like I feel like he needs his own superhero character.
Yeah.
I just like him.
Great actor. Oh my lord.
Oh my god, dude. But it looks like we got a lot of Harley Quinn, which I don't want. Doesn't make any sense. How she's a psychiatrist. Anyway, but let me try to catch it here. Now we got who this is DC. Let's keep in mind. Okay, this is DC. So we have Killer Croc maybe is what this is supposed to be. I guess I don't know what that is. Polka Dot Man, Harley.
I think it's King Shark.
King Shark.
Yeah,
Maybe it is King Shark. Yeah. Cena's playing. What is Cena playing?
What's his name? Peacekeeper, something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Because if it was Marvel, my brain would keep saying Century, Red Dynamo, but it's like, no, it's DC. We got, of course, Boomerang, Captain Boomerang, who was the best part of the first movie, by the way. Idris Elba is the Deadshot, which is fine. I don't know what this
I don't
skinny.
think Idris Elba is
No,
Deadshot.
he's not Deadshot. He's
Yeah.
not Deadshot.
What is he?
I think he's a character called Bloodsport.
Oh, okay. The sportsman. All right. Who is the dude in the yellow and blue outfit?
That I don't know.
Who's the guy who was in the with James Gunn before? He was in Guardians of the Galaxy and he played Yondu, and he was freaking awesome. Well, who the hell is he
Michael
played
Rooker.
in this? Dude, that Yondu scene was
Yeah, I don't
badass.
know.
Come on now. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. That was wonderful. I love that. All right, okay, I'm on board. Like I said, I like James Gunn. The first movie was so bad, though. It was so stupid. I mean, you have these guys who are street level, and you decided to take them up against their freaking goddess. Huh? You get Harley Quinn chasing after a tornado-creating goddess with a freaking baseball bat. Are you out of your...
Well, not only that, their characterization of the Joker was just an abomination.
It was bad. And then, of course, Birds of Prey was a hot mess, dude. And even though people were getting upset about the wokeness, that movie's not really a lot of wokeness at all. It's a little bit, but it's not
It's a
that
really
much.
bad movie.
It's just bad, dude. Yeah. No way, Eric. You telling me that's Booster Gold? What's he doing with his staff?
No, that isn't.
It's not Booster Gold. There's no way.
Yeah, it's no way it's Booster Gold. This is all villains anyway. These are people that have stuff. Who in the hell is Yondu playing, though? I don't know. I'm a Marvel guy is the problem. Don't we have any DC guys in here that can help us out?
We do. It's Booster Kiwi, who is not here.
Yeah, what the hell is wrong with that guy? It looks like Peacemaker. But John Cena playing a douchey Captain America, beautiful. I'm up for it. All right. Well, I'm done. I guess that's all there is to say about it. You guys have anything you want to add?
Did you want to do the Wonder Woman trailer too, or
No.
were we just doing these ones?
No. The Wonder Woman, of course, I'll give it a shot because the first movie was plenty enough entertaining. But this looks like they tried to do way too much, and they tried to get it way too woke, which is a problem we see with the part two a lot of times. Like if you look at Iron Man, the second Iron Man, there are certain things I liked about the second Iron Man, but it kind of sucked balls, right? And then the third one, they tried to do the extremist one, and that was they dropped the ball huge on that. That's a great storyline. You screwed it up like that. I'm sorry, Ryan. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, you're right. I thought 2 and 3 were like, it's like, what happened? Like, I never understood why the quality dropped so much. It's like the first one was so great, and I don't know. It was weird.
It was weird.
3 was shockingly. It was just weird. It's like, I don't know. It was very strange.
Yeah,
the Iron Man trilogy.
And all they had to do was follow the extremist story out of the comic books. Just follow straight up, because that's a great storyline. It's probably, in my opinion, it's one of other than Devil in the Bottle. It's one of my favorite Iron Man storylines.
Armor Wars. I think 3 had Armor Wars in it too. I think it was like both of them connected.
It did a little bit, just kind of tacked on though. It really wasn't. But yeah.
Yeah, because at the end, because there was all of those. Yeah.
Here's my main problem with the new Wonder Woman movie. It's based in the year I was born, 1984. It does not look at all like 1984.
No.
Nothing about it that they have shown reminds me of 1984 at all. Nothing. And it's a travesty. Apparently we lost Todd. It's a travesty because it shouldn't be hard. The 80s were 30 years ago. You should be able to pull this off. Right? You should be able to pretty easily pull off a movie that has the right aesthetic, the right feel. Another thing, the music. I have heard 0 80s music in any of these trailers.
Yeah.
None.
All 70s.
Not of one.
70s, yeah, clearly. Yeah,
Why?
some
Do you understand, Chester, that in 1984, Ride the Lightning came out?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
She literally rides lightning, and it's not playing.
Yeah,
not even the riff, nothing. Why?
Yeah.
Who's making this soulless movie that doesn't have any soul connected to the time, the genre, the era that it's supposedly being based in? Nothing. We don't hear any 80s pop. We don't hear any glam metal or hair metal. Nothing.
Yeah. No, it should have colorful hip hop, because back in those days hip hop was actually fun. It should have plenty of heavy metal in it. It should have Flock of Seagulls somewhere in the background, and it should be 80s. But this is clearly disco 70s. Clearly.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're thinking with that. Is that supposed to be an inside joke? I don't know. But
I don't know.
no, we don't need to talk about Wonder Woman. We don't need to talk about it. Okay. Let me jump back over to Ryan's page and take a look at his perks, and then we'll be out of here for today. But interesting. All right, so bric-a-brac, let's come down here, and we have our first perk here for $8. So we get a digital bric-a-brac. That's nice.
Yes, digital. Yep.
Yeah. Then we got ourselves a physical copy. So our standard is $12 for a thing, just like last time, I think. Same price, right?
Yeah, exactly the
Yeah.
same. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Very good. We got ourselves the BAB Digital Deluxe. What is a BAB?
Bric-a-brac. It's just they give you a small amount of words you can put into one. So I was just like, I'm gonna have to get creative with this one.
I see. Because the first thing that came to my mind was Bugs Bunny's girlfriend. Sweet. But all right, so we get the digital book and we get the physical copy, right?
Both of them. Yep.
Yep.
Or no, with that one you get the digital like both digital copies with that one.
Oh, okay.
Two digital copies.
Yeah, good. And I'm glad to see.
So they're
you're
both
not,
digital PDFs.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to see you're not undercutting yourself. I see a lot of guys come out with the digital and they're so cheap. Why? Charge the money for your book. I like it. So good for you there. Wake me up before you go. Oh my God, Eric Boyd. That's just no. Stop it. I was in a breakdancing club.
Started.
I was, dude.
Don't get me started
Eric.
on the 80s music that isn't in that trailer.
I know,
There's
right?
so many great songs that came out in 84. None of them show up.
Well, dude, when I was in high school, my first year of high school down in the South, I was actually in a breakdancing group. Did I tell you that? We were called the Egyptians. I had 3 moves. I had to cross your arms, stand on the corner. I had that one. I could
tilt
pop,
back
and tilt back. That's right. I could do a half a body pop, and they put me on the right side corner so that I would be part of that wave pop. And I could do I was a mean knee spinner, dude. Mean. Telling you, it's badass. But I was, dude. I'm not joking at all. We were called the Egyptians. There were a couple of guys who were really good. I wasn't. I sucked balls. But man, I could stand there and look bad at because I'm tall, right? I was a cool end man. That's what I was. Were you any hip hop in there, Todd? I mean, they're the same age. You must have lived through it.
No, the only time I ever did anything like that, I was in summer school in Florida once, and they did this thing where they would put your hands on your shoulder and expect you to pop, like chain pop from one person to the next person.
Yeah. That's what I said. I could do
the only time I took part in that, because it was a fun math summer school class.
Well, we used to go into the practice rooms for the band, and we'd practice our maneuvers, and then we would take breaks and play hacky sack. Yeah, you remember the hacky sack?
Right.
It was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a thing. Anyway, we got physical copies number 1 and 2. So here, for $24, you can get both books. That's nice. Ryan?
Yes, you can.
Very nice. Let's come down here. We got Bric-a-Brac Deluxe, $30. What's that?
You get the exclusive Jack Frost print, an exclusive bookmark that will be of another character, and then the book number 2. Issue number 1 is an add-on. For this one, it's no shipping, just like $10, just an add-on, and so you can get all that for that. So. Nice,
a poster, and the poster is Garrett and Marie up here, I guess.
No. It's actually an exclusive. It's the Jack Frost image.
Oh,
so the Jack Frost image will be the poster. It's kind of like the King Kong guy. Yes, Frozen King Kong.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. We got the BRIC-A-BRAC super fan, $60. Ooh, you get a T-shirt. There's a T-shirt.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
T-shirt, and we're it's going to be a little bit more complex than just that. I have, if you know Shay, from Red Valkyrie, she does interviews and stuff like that, and so she's going to design kind of it a little bit for me. We're deciding on what cover we want to have on it, maybe on the back or the front. Most likely on the back, because I think the logo on the front will look cool, but on the back, we're going to try to make it look really awesome for people. So hopefully
Well,
we can get this funded, because I want one of them, frankly.
well, I'm going to help you out. All right, I'm going to help you out here, free, no charge. You need to have BRIC-A-BRAC right on the front, no picture, and then on one of the shoulders, probably the right, what you need to have is a little piece of mistletoe, and just below that, the most sexiest, cutest character you have in the book. That's what you need.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, helped you out.
Okay.
I did good. I did my good deed for the day. All right. Let's see. We got a create a Christmas character, $110. So this one, I'm assuming you get the book and you can make a character for the book. That sounds cool, dude.
Absolutely. Yeah, you get everything, and yes, you get to make a character. Absolutely.
Sweet. Maybe I should do that, and then I can make the sexy character for you. There you go. There you go. We're going to take Tinkerbell to the next level, baby. All right. Sweet. So if you guys are interested in that. And then our last one here is...
And then, yes.
Go ahead.
Sketch from Raphael Sam. Yeah, so last time we did sketches. We're going to try to make them a little bigger this time. Last time they were kind of small. They were about $10 a piece for those. But these ones are going to be a lot nicer, kind of cooler looking, hopefully bigger, and maybe with colors. So, yeah, we're trying to go a little bit bigger with that. So, yeah, Raphael really enjoyed doing them. And so people can request characters in the BRIC-A-BRAC universe, not just any character, but in our universe we created, and he will draft it up. So hopefully people get on that, I hope. I know no one has yet, but it was very popular last time.
No, and I love the art. The guy's a great artist. It's like I said, it looks polished and an on model book, meaning it's ready for prime time. Is what it looks like to me. Yeah, this is a great looking book, guys. Definitely get over there. If one of my mods could drop the link in the chat, please. But get over here and support this. The first one looks good. This one looks continually even looks better. We got Colonel Clink up here, which is very important. Is that he's showing it. Thank you, Colonel Clink. But anyway, let me come back over to the other side, and we'll wrap this up. We do appreciate you guys coming in and being with us today as usual. And let me go ahead and bring this back up to a full screen here. And let me do that. Perfect. All right. So, yeah, it was a good show today, guys. Keep in mind that tomorrow we have the Bugbear's Basement. No. Do we? No, I think we're off tomorrow. That's right, because Bill, the DM, is on vacation. So actually, we don't have a show tomorrow. We will be back next week for the continuation of Tyranny of Dragons, which should be a lot of fun. This week, as far as right now that I understand, we do not have a fan speak, but that doesn't mean you have a day off, though. You still have responsibilities. You need to go over and watch Pontificators, because that is a great show. It's growing. It's just cool. That's on the Art2 Bears channel, so check that out on Wednesday. And then, of course, on Thursday, we are doing Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition. And let me check real quick and see what our subject is. Hold on a second. Let's see here. There it is. Let me check the schedule. I think it's, we are doing Dragon Ball. Ooh, Dragon Ball Z. That should be fun. So definitely come back for that. That's a lot of fun. All right, guys. So I'll see you on Thursday. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these guys give their closing comments. Then Ryan is going to give us his last little elevator pitch, and he's going to namaste us out. Now, Ryan, do you understand what that means?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Oh, I'll explain it. So after you give your elevator
It's like
pitch,
a pee-pee touch.
No, it has nothing to do with PB touching. You stop it. No, what you want to do is give us some words of wisdom so that will brighten our day. And then afterward, we'll all go to say namaste with you. You get it? Okay, cool. Todd, closing comments, sir.
If you haven't backed Florida Man, send me some comments of why. What's the deal? Let me know you were interested, but something wasn't right. maybe there wasn't a tier for you. That's it.
Sweet. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Thundero.
I have very little to say, and I don't know when I'll see you guys again. Have a good night.
Oh my God, that sounds ominous. Uh-oh. Did you join the Proud Boys? Did you do it?
No, they're not radical enough.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. All right then. Ryan, take us out of here, please.
So yeah, BRIC-A-BRAC, number 2 on Indiegogo now. If you're interested in a child-friendly story, but also good for adults with great art, this is the book for you. It's a lighthearted story, but it's going to take you on an adventure and kind of introduce you to some familiar characters with twists. If you love Christmas, this is the book for you. And so, yeah, please back it. Please show support. I really need it if I'm going to make it happen. I would love to have more people jump on the bandwagon with me. And I guess my saying is think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world.
Oh, namaste. That was pretty good. Namaste. All right. Well, thank you very much, Ryan. Thank you very much, everybody else, and we will see you later.